Does anybody in the room know exactly how many inpatient treatment facilities there are for women, and for women that offer the ability to bring their child along as they are seeking mental health services? Yeah. See, you can count on one hand, I can tell you that. As an organization, we've been able to find 2, but I think I have heard that there is maybe another one on the coast that I've not been introduced to, and that's Catholic Charities, I believe, in New Beginnings. So we're talking about a total of maybe 44 beds. And I think Isabella and I, we talked about this, that out of those beds, if I'm a mother and I'm not experiencing challenges with substance abuse, I'm just going through a little fog and funk right now mentally, you know, do I want to be housed in a facility that also has someone that's struggling with substance abuse and other things? So I think we need to look again at the resources or the lack thereof within our state, because that is an anxiety, and that was actually one of mine. If I could share my personal story, that oh God, I felt like my daughter hated me. She cried morning, noon, and night, on the boob or not, dry, clean, fresh. She just cried. I mean, one of the worst cases of colic I had ever seen. And it got to a point to where I just wanted to put a pillow over her head. And it wasn't to kill her, it was for peace. If you've ever heard a piercing cry of a baby, non-stop, and no matter what you have done that everybody tells you to do to make a baby hush, and she still cries, it sends you into a mental state like none other. So was I to a point to where I would check myself into a mental treatment facility? I probably would have, had we had those services available, because it got that bad for me. I was to the point of suicide. I called home one day and told my mom, come get your grandbaby, because I don't care if I live or die anymore. Like, that's my story. But my story goes back before, and as I was pregnant with her, I had morning sickness severely, to where I'm getting infusions. Like, I couldn't keep anything down. She wanted everything, but then when she got it, she made it come right back up. So if you've ever vomited to the acid in your stomach, it is painful. And to do that every day almost for 7 months, you know, it's not blissful for you. And then to find out that your delivery story is that you've had a placenta abruption, she's almost out of amniotic fluid, we have to have an emergency C-section. Wait, what? My bikini line is now gonna be no more? Like, I didn't have time to sit and think in the decision. But on top of that, I'm thinking about, well, how long has this happened? The doctor just came in and scared the crap out of me, because he said that it's a possibility that she may have some brain damage. So now I have to wrap my head around, what if I have a special needs child and I'm only 21? The only information I remember receiving in the hospitals, and kudos to them for pushing breastfeeding, but that's the knowledge that I got, was all about breastfeeding and the importance of breastfeeding for my healing and for the development of the child. But I got nothing to say that you mentally may not be okay after having this child. And with me being a high-risk pregnancy, me being several risk factors that someone should have caught. I had an unwanted pregnancy. I knew I was going to be a single mother. And then to have an emergency C-section, and I have to make this decision here and now. Like, I was missed Mississippi. How many other women are being missed Mississippi? I strongly urge us to look inward. And as I grew the courage, 13 years later, I met a man, God, it's always a man, met a man and decided to have a child with my husband. I knew I did not want to feel the same way that I felt before. I wanted to enjoy and to feel what other people around me had felt with having a happy and wanted pregnancy. But I still ended up getting anxiety. Naturally, right? All those thoughts came flooding back in. And I want to be a good mom. Still no resources available. 13 years later. So I did what I always do. I tried to become the solution as much as I can. So as much as I hate sitting on these stages, y'all are beautiful and handsome and gorgeous, but I do not enjoy public speaking. But I do it, why? Because I have to. Because if my story can save someone else merely by me having the courage to share my story, then I'll do it every day, all day long, and I may not charge you.